Good, everybody. It's Big Game James, man. You know we're back in the building, and as I said before, we always doing that Cowboys football. But as I said, you've been checking out them interviews we've been doing. We've been having a slew of awesome interviews. Just had another great one yesterday with Jay Stevenson, one of the top-rated running backs in the state of Mississippi. But today, I got a little guy. I got a guy right here named Diondre Thornton from the state of Georgia, 6'2", 170-pound corner slash receiver. He's ready to do his thing. What's going on, DeAndre? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm doing good.
Hey, man, I'm glad you could really join the channel. I really appreciate you. And we're going to jump right into it and talk about you and talk about a little bit about your background. So when I jumped into it, me and you had talked a little bit back and forth. You're 6'2" now because on your initial thing, you're 6'1", 165. So you grew a little bit. You got 6'2", you 170. Looks like you got in that weight room a little bit. Looks like you're trying to get bigger and stronger. We like seeing that. But
Yeah.
you got cornerback slash receiver, and you told me off the air before we came on that you're playing both. Now,
Yes,
let
sir.
me ask you this, though. You're playing both this year, but what's your position of choice?
My position of choice would be corner.
And tell me why.
Personally, I just feel like I'm more free at corner. Like, it's just like, I don't know. That's just why I feel more comfortable at.
Okay, now let me ask you this. You said you feel more comfortable at it. Are you the type, because see, when I played football, I played corner as well, corner and receiver. But the reason why I love playing corner was because I love locking people down. Everybody used to call me the minister of defense, and I love locking people down. I don't let people scoring on me. I like the one-on-one matchups and shutting you down, talking in your face, trash talking, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Is that type your type of game, or what's your type of game as the cornerback position? What would you really say your game is like?
I really play the ball. Like, I mean, I play the receiver, but I'm there for the ball. So when the ball go up, that's my main focus is getting the ball.
So you're going to say you're a playmaker, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, checking out your stats last year, I seen you had 2 interceptions last year and 1 return for a touchdown. I actually seen that 1 return for a touchdown, which was actually pretty nice. So let me ask you something. You play the cornerback position. What are you kind of your strengths? You did mention that you are a playmaker and you like to go after that ball. But what would you say are some of your other strengths at the cornerback position? And what do you feel like you need to maybe say I need to get better at going into my senior season?
I'm gonna start with what I need to get better at. I feel like I need to get faster. Like I feel like we changed regions, so I feel like I'm gonna face faster receivers this year. So I feel like I need to get my speed up. What I feel like something else I feel like I'm good at. I feel like I'm good at playing the receiver, like as far as coverages, and I could read the passes and stuff because I play receiver, like I said. So it's like I could tell what kind of route you about to run by how you line up on the field by your alignment.
Okay. Now, a lot of players go from receiver to corner. One of the players, Dallas Cowboys, are my favorite squad, and one of the players that they have right now is Trevin Diggs. He was a receiver all through high school, played receiver his first couple of years in college, and they switched him to defensive back, and now you see what it is. But when I watch him, it's like a receiver playing corner because he knows the concepts because he played the receiver position, so he knows where that ball is going. Now, you said you like to play the receiver. Are you what you say a man-to-man receiver, or are you a type, can you play zone? Are you versatile like that, or what do you feel like you are in that position?
I could play both. I could play versatile. I could play man. I could play off.
Okay. Now, do you feel like you're slept on? Because I looked at your Twitter handle, right? And when I looked at your Twitter handle, it said, I've been slept on way too long. It's time for me to wake them up. That kind of resonated with me. I kind of was the underdog. You told me a little bit of this, but I always felt like I was kind of slept on in school. So I felt like I was always one to prove a point to anybody I went against. I always feel like you might not know about me today, but you might not know about me then, but you're going to know about me today. Maybe what's your kind of thoughts on that when I read your Twitter handle? Do you feel like you slept on? Do you feel like you're an underdog? Does you feel like the world needs to know about Diondre Thurman? Talk to me about that.
I feel like if you know me, like as far as like if you know me personally, do you know what I could do? But I feel like outside of like my school, outside of like people who know me, I feel like I still got a big point to prove.
And tell me, why do you feel like you have a big point to prove?
Like I said, last year I didn't start the whole season. I started towards the end of the season, and people like of course, like as you can see, I caught 2 picks, but that's not really nothing.
Right.
So that's not enough to really wake people up. If you get what I'm saying, like that's not enough to wake people up. So I feel like I still got a lot more to do, just to like put my name out there. I'm gonna say that.
Okay. Now, are you attending any camps this season, going into your senior season, or are you doing any kind of things before you start school or spring ball? What?
Actually, we had our spring game already.
Okay.
Like a week ago. But after the spring game, I went to Lindsey Wilson College in Kentucky. I went to one of their camps. On the 2nd and 3rd, I'll be going to Jackson State.
Okay. All right. So when you go to these camps, or when you went to that camp, or when you go to this Jackson State camp, what do you want to really hone on, or what do you really want to focus on this camp to really let the coaches know about you?
When I go to the camps, I go as a corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like to show like how I could play. Like I could play like sometimes like when we do one-on-ones, I play man, like I pressure, I play off just to show that like I could do it. You feel me? I can do it all.
Okay. All right. So going to college, is cornerback your position of choice? Would you switch to anything else, or would you say, I want to stay at corner, I kind of want to hone this and be great at this?
I would want to stay at corner. Like by choice, corner would most definitely be where I go for.
Okay. All right. Now, check this out, DeAndre. Going into your senior season, what's your kind of team goals or your own personal goals? Obviously, you said you moved to a different district or area now. You guys moved into a different district. So what are your team goals? Obviously, you want to win a championship. Give me your record last year, and what do you feel like your team needs to do to get to this next level this year? And then for your season, and what are your own personal goals?
Last year, actually, we won the region, but I think that was the 3rd year we were undefeated in our region. So, of course, I want to maintain that and keep that going. And, as far as personal goals, I just want to get faster. And as far as it's for me, I don't want to allow no passes caught during the regular season. I don't want to allow no passes and no touchdowns on me, period.
Right.
And I'm gonna speak on receiver. Receiver, I want to not drop no passes, and I want to always have positive yards, no negative yards.
Okay. So you want to have a lot of pass defenses. You want to get a lot of pass defenses. Do you have a number on interceptions you want to get this year playing corner? So I mean, it's going to get you noticed if you get them picks, dog.
Actually, I do. I really want to at least catch 2 picks a game.
Ooh, okay. You trying to do crazy numbers then if you're trying to do 2 picks a game. But there ain't nothing wrong with that envisioning big. It will be a tough thing because you know how hard it is, because a lot of teams don't pass the ball sometimes. So we understand how hard it is. But I love those goals. Now, we talked about the coverage skills. Now, what do you feel about your tackling? I've seen a few plays where you stuck your head in there. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're playing the cornerback position, dog, you got to be able to cover. And they love that press coverage and being able to zone, but you got to be able to tackle. We don't like corners that be just throwing their shoulder in there and don't be trying to wrap up. You ain't that type of guy, are you?
Nah. But I feel like I still got some tackling work to do, though. Like, then, in all honesty, yes, I most definitely do have tackling work to improve on. But I feel like this coming up season, I'll be right.
Okay, well, we're going to check. We're going to make sure, because I'm going to watch that tackling, dog. Because one thing, when I play corner or when I watch corners, the main thing, I don't even look at the coverage first, because that's what you're already supposed to do. You feel me?
Yes,
Can he stick his nose in there and tackle? Because when they run to your side, we don't like them corners that try to just kind of run with the receiver and then try to tackle him from behind. No, we got to see them corners sticking their nose in, because honestly, that's what's going to get you on the field quicker, DeAndre. So that's just something that you want to continue to let grow in your game and things of that nature. Now, we're getting ready to close out here. Tell me, who is maybe some mentors to you? Maybe who do you look up to, or who has kind of been a positive influence in your life to kind of say, this has pushed me, this is keeps me going when I wake up every day, this is my motivation? Who is kind of maybe some mentors or maybe some important people in your life?
An important person, I most definitely say my mom.
Right.
Like for sure, it'll be my mom. 'Cause my mom just like she was always there. Like as far as my mama don't miss a game. Like
Mm-hmm.
mind you, I got another little brother and a little sister, so she don't miss no games. Like
Right.
every game, anytime I need to talk, my mama there. Uh, most definitely one of my aunties, and then I got an uncle who his
Mm-hmm.
name's Sydney. He
Mm-hmm.
went to Miles College. He taught me a lot about football, and he like before games, before any game, I call him and we have a conversation before the game just to like get me ready to get me prepared. And that's really and my coach, Coach Sled, he my cornerback coach.
Mm-hmm.
He taught me a lot as far as coming in to play corner. He taught me a lot, and I'm still learning a lot from him to this day.
Okay, I like hearing that, man. We always gotta love mama, man. Mama, if we ain't have
Yes,
mama,
sir.
man, you know what I'm saying? What would we be doing if we didn't have mama? So that's a great and beautiful thing right there. So you gave the shout outs. You gave some people who you say are mentors. Any shout outs you want to give to anybody right now?
My mom, for sure. My mom.
Okay, you ain't got no homeboys, no homies out there. You
Oh
want to
yeah,
like,
for
hey,
sure, for
my
sure,
Baba Blue. You know what I'm saying? Shout out your
for
homeboys,
sure.
dog.
I actually for my team, we got a running back, Octavius Ison, number 3, one
Mm-hmm.
of the best running backs in the county. We got my free safety, Jacoy Walker, and we got our linebacker, Yusuf Ryan.
Okay. Hey, well, see, you had that season last year. We expecting
Mm-hmm.
championships. Now, as we get ready to
Yes,
head
sir.
off here, let's talk about some schools right quick. Have you got any offers? Have you got any letters? Has there been any interest, or have you had any schools that you say maybe I'll kind of look at? And what would be a school? What would be important for you when you're looking for a school?
Um, Georgia State actually came to my school and had a conversation with me. But as far as like actually like having conversations with a coach or a coach calling or anything, Lindsey Wilson College in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I went to their camp, as I said, and then after the camp, a couple days, this was for me. It was
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. He
Mm-hmm.
called me. The cornerback coach called me. He told me how he liked me and stuff. And I got a visit on the 17th to go up there for a
Okay.
college visit. So yeah.
Okay. Now, if let's say there you're going up there for a visit, what is going to really stand out to you? Not just for the let's say the football program. Obviously, we know that, but what about the academics? How do you feel about the academic program? And academics are important. And
Yes, sir.
I don't like to put people on the spot, but how's your grades right now, and how's your GPA?
My GPA most definitely needs some work.
Okay.
But I most definitely passed all my classes. I passed all my finals this year, so I'll be good
Okay.
for the season.
Okay.
But going to any school, as far as
Mm-hmm.
any school I go to visit or anything, I feel like I just have to feel more at home. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have to be real comfortable there for me to
Mm-hmm.
like really be like, oh yeah, that's where I want to go.
Okay.
But when I went to the camp, as far as talking to their coaches and stuff, they seemed real cool like that. And actually, when I went to the camp, I actually got to talk to one of their starting DBs,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the other one he played receiver, and they was real cool dudes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the experience, but I feel like when I go on this visit, that's gonna like tell me if I really want to be there.
Right, right. Well, we are. I'm already throw this in the air, DeAndre. You about to turn up this year, so
That's
I'm not
definitely
saying that I don't like that school, but we're gonna get even more offers so
yes,
we can
sir.
get some more expansion. You get what I'm saying? So
Yes,
we
sir.
already gonna throw that in the air that you about to have a ridiculous year. You about to turn up. You about to go crazy, and I can't watch. I can't wait to watch your season and your team this year. Now, one of the things that I want you to do for me, like I told all the kids in the interview, is how you have your highlights. See if there's a way that you can get those highlights downloaded to where I can actually see the video on your Twitter. Because if you can
Yes,
do that, then I can put that on my YouTube so more people can see who DeAndre Thurman is and know what you're coming about and what you're bringing. Also, this isn't the only interview we're going to do. we only do this as the beginning interview. We're going to do a mid-season interview, and then we're going to do a end of the season interview so we can kind of trail your season and see how you went. And you know what I mean? So we're not going to just do no one-time thing. We're going to basically chart your season so everybody can know what you started at and what you ended at and what your goals were, what we talked about in the beginning, and did you meet those goals? So it's going to be a good thing for us to do, and we're going to continue to open up these doors so more people can know about you, because I'm going to tell you right now, the good thing that you have going for you at the cornerback position, if you know, a lot of the receivers nowadays are tall. A lot of them are 6'2", 6'3". They're big receivers. So if you look at the trend going into college right now and even in the pros, they want the bigger cornerbacks. They want the longer cornerbacks. They want the 6'1s, the 6'2s. They want those guys to be able to match. Now, what you said, you want to get your speed better. Do you know your 40 time right now?
I absolutely do not.
Okay. Well, make sure you get that 40 time for me, dog, because you got to have that speed, and we know that. But you look like you kind of fast anyway, dog. I seen when you ran that touchdown on that interception. So you got some wheels. So when you go to this next camp, get your 40 time and make sure you inbox me and let me know that 40 time so we can, you know what I'm saying, continue to grow and things of that nature. And like I told the kids, continue to keep your stats by game so we can put those out there as well. So, hey, any few last words that you want to give out before we end this, big dog?
I appreciate you for having me.
Hey, I appreciate you jumping on here. And like I said, I appreciate you jumping in the inbox. I like kids that get in there and say, hey, I want to jump on and do an interview. I want to get this cracking. I like kids like that because that's the type of attitude that's going to get you further in life, DeAndre, more than you know. So, and I already love your attitude, man. You seem like a real laid-back kid, man. I like that. So I feel like you're laid back right here. But when you get on that field, I feel like you're real aggressive, real animalistic. So let's get out there, you feel me, and turn up this year. And let's go out and go hard. So we're going to be doing this again. And make sure everybody pay attention when the video drop. DeAndre Thurman, 6'2", 170-pound cornerback receiver. He's about to go nuts in Georgia along with his team. So for Big Game James, DeAndre Thurman, we out. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Yes, sir.